Welcome back to Explaining Everything, the channel where we pair hard facts with wireless curiosity and never drop the connection, unless we're in a parking garage. Today's question comes from one of our ultra-connected viewers, Agino's2322. You asked, why is Bluetooth called Bluetooth? A totally fair question, because it's 2025 and we're all syncing our speakers, keyboards, toasters and toothbrushes via something named after a discolored tooth. Today, we're uncovering the bizarre, nerdy and surprisingly Viking origins of Bluetooth and why your tech owes a lot to medieval dental problems and corporate committee decisions. Let's connect right here on Explaining Everything. Let's get one thing out of the way. Bluetooth is named after a Viking king. Yes, really. Harald Bluetooth Gormson was a 10th century Danish king known for two things: uniting Denmark and Norway, and allegedly having a dead-looking bluish-gray tooth that earned him his nickname. Imagine accomplishing major political unity in the Viking world, and people still only remember your weird dental situation. Anyway, when engineers in the 90s were working on short-range wireless tech, they needed a code name for the project. One developer, who had clearly read up on Viking trivia, suggested Bluetooth. Why? Because King Bluetooth united two regions, and this tech would unite different devices. It was meant to be temporary. But then no one could agree on a better name. And suddenly, history's weirdest rebrand became permanent. And now, we all casually accept that our laptops are channeling medieval Viking dentistry. Back in the late 90s, a bunch of companies, including Ericsson, Intel, and Nokia, were working on a new wireless standard to replace tangled serial cables. They needed a short-range communication method that could work across different platforms: phones, laptops, mice, printers, and whatever else you'd trip over in an office. Internally, the project was called Bluetooth as a placeholder. You know, something to stick on the folder until marketing came up with something slick like Pan-Wavelink 3000 or Wireless Unified Protocol. But, surprise, marketing got stuck. One proposed name was Radio Wire, which sounds like something your grandpa used to fix the TV with. Another was PAN, Personal Area Network, but that was already taken, and also sounded like kitchenware. So, Bluetooth stayed. Why? Because it had already made its way into documentation, code, and branding meetings, and changing it would have been a pain in the transmission. So thanks to some tech procrastination and a random Viking nickname, we're all saying Bluetooth like it's totally normal. Okay, you've seen the Bluetooth logo. That weird runic-looking bee stitched together like a cryptic tattoo design. It's not random. It's actually a bind rune, a combination of two Nordic letters, Hagal and Bjarkan. Those stand for H and B, aka Harald Bluetooth. Yes, the logo on your earbuds is literally a Viking monogram. It's like if Wi-Fi used Egyptian hieroglyphs or USB ports were shaped like Caesar's face. Weirdly awesome. This ancient meets modern mashup is one of tech's strangest branding wins. Somehow, a 1,000-year-old Viking's initials now live on in smartwatches and gaming controllers. And honestly, it's kind of metal. So the next time your speaker won't pair, just whisper a quiet, "Hail Harold," and try again. At first, Bluetooth seemed like a weird placeholder, but the name actually works. Think about it. Bluetooth Tech's whole job is to unite devices that wouldn't normally talk to each other. Phones, TVs, cars, fridges, fitness trackers, all singing Kumbaya over 2.4 gigahertz. It doesn't need internet, just proximity. It's like a handshake between machines. No cables, no drama, just awkward pairing messages and occasional dropouts. And just like King Harold united rival tribes, Bluetooth bridges the gaps between rival brands. Apple, Android, Windows, all arguing in the same room, but still somehow sharing your Spotify playlist. It's not just about wireless convenience. It's about interoperability, baby. And Harold would totally have been proud if he could time travel and see his name flashing on a Bluetooth-enabled rice cooker. He'd probably say, "What sorcery is this?" Then immediately demand a firmware update. Wait, so could it have been worse? Yes, it could have been way worse. Remember, this was a time when tech names were trying way too hard. We could have ended up with something like Wavelink, Cable Killer, Personal Beamer. Yes, this was real. Or even MC-Link, which sounds like a rapper who sells routers on the side. In fact, Intel almost insisted on changing the name before launch. Worried it was too weird. But it was too late. The manuals were printed, the logo was done, and everyone was already calling it Bluetooth. And now, the name is iconic. Everyone knows it. No one questions it. Your grandma has Bluetooth in her hearing aids and doesn't even blink. So yes, it started as a joke, but it ended as legend. Just like King Bluetooth himself. Weird tooth and all. So, why is Bluetooth called Bluetooth? Because a medieval king with a possibly moldy tooth once united Denmark and Norway. And 1,000 years later, a bunch of engineers thought that was the perfect metaphor for syncing your phone to your car stereo. It was supposed to be a temporary code name, but it stuck like an awkward ringtone you can't turn off. Now it's history, tech, and Viking trivia, all wrapped into one tiny blue logo. And the next time your wireless keyboard disconnects, just remember, somewhere King Harold is laughing in Old Norse. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe. Also, if you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for tuning in and join us next time here in the channel that answers all the why, what, who, where, and how questions you've always wondered about here on Explaining Everything.